Can you hear me? It'll be a goddamn miracle if you can. All right, wow. That was quite the ordeal. Just give me a second to set up the stream properly. OBS was not behaving today. Loud and Dowdelic, nice. Yeah, all of the stream information is wrong. I'm not in Amsterdam. Ja, alles goed, oké. Yeah, I'm not multi-streaming to Switch. I barely got this thing to work as it is. My good God. Multi-streaming is not behaving itself right now. Actually, nothing is behaving itself. I can't even get YouTube to change the name of this stream to where I actually am. So I might have to just not bother with that. The stream title will just have to be wrong until I can get home to change it. Brutal. Just give me one more minute, and I'm gonna have to get going. Okay, it might finally be set up. Holy shit, OBS was really having issues today. Let's see if we can get video. There we go. Wow, that was brutal. I don't even have that much time to begin with. But I'm in Houten today. I was out filming for one of my next videos. Oh. And I thought I would live stream my trip back to the train station. I didn't realize it would be such an ordeal to get OBS working. I had to get my son to log into my computer and restart it, but it's still acting up. And I'm gonna have to do my best to read this chat. It's funny, my son says, well, shit, there's even video. Yeah, it's true. There is. This thing keeps trying to connect to Twitch. I really need you to stop doing that. I'm not doing Twitch today. Well, I'm just gonna have to put up with it. All right, hopefully that will stop bugging me about trying to connect to Twitch, and let's go. I really just need to get back to the train station so I can get back to Amsterdam. But I thought I would show you guys Houten because it's interesting. All right, let's go. First I'll take you out here. Hopefully that angle's okay. But yeah, welcome here in Houten. This is this ridiculous bridge they built over the lake with these colorful houses. I love it. Can you see the chat? Yeah, I can see the chat. I can see it now. Ugh. The old village is nice. Is it? I mean, I kind of think the old village in Houten is like the worst part. It just feels kind of like normal Dutch city, whereas the rest of the town is like designed properly for bicycles. But this is a town that was designed for bicycles first and kind of everything else after that. And it's absolutely lovely. Oh, let me just stop and check which way I should go to the train station. Yeah, the map is frozen. I just noticed that too. Let's just kill that app and reload it. How can I have like literally every technical issue every single time I do one of these streams? It's such a pain in the ass. Android won't kill the GPS logger app. Oh my good God. We might do without the app, but we'll see if I can get it running again. It's funny because the GPS logger is like the simplest part of this whole setup, and that app is just not working. one thing after another. I'll try it from my other phone. All right, let's try that. Nice weather. Yes, it absolutely is nice weather. That's why I decided to come out here. All right. Fortunately, I was going to do a lot more riding around, but since it took so long to get the stream working, I'm just going to have to go fairly directly to the train station. What's the best way to do that? Looks like down here, and then it's straight for a while. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, the roundabout underpass is neat. I filmed that about an hour ago. To the station we go, yeah. Hopefully I go the right way. But yeah, oh my God, this town is so lovely. Like everything about it. It's really funny because like every argument about why we should build car-dependent suburbia just completely falls apart in the face of Houten. Like, look at this suburb. It's ludicrous how nice this place is. And it's basically because they made it with one design in mind. It should be faster to go from pretty much any point to any other point by walking or cycling instead of driving. That's it. Like, that's the main core of it. There's other stuff too, but. And in doing so, they made probably the nicest town on the face of the earth. Like, look at this. Here's a park. A bunch of kids playing in it. Kids on bicycles. And this isn't a bike path. This is a road. It's a fietsstraat, auto de gas. But you see, like, people's houses are on these little roads that are basically bike paths. It's so nice. But they've designed it in such a way that it's super easy to get between places by biking. Snorfeet's coming behind me. It's super easy to get places by biking, but then there are lots of modal filters so that cars can't go through. This is now actually just a bike path. So cars can't drive here. They have to go over there. So here I can just like go straight here, but a car couldn't drive through here. It's really incredible. But I'm sitting here on an OV Fiets, a rental bicycle, and I'm just going to take a leisurely ride over to the train station. So like again, here's another road, but like those aren't connected for cars. And now I can go up through here, through this modal filter, and continue on my way. It's very nice. Let me just double check which route I take here to get to the train station. Maybe take a sip of water while I'm at it. I think you wanted right back there. That is what I think too, which is why I stopped, because this didn't look right. It's actually my second time here. Actually, is the map working? Let me see. Come on, YouTube, you can do it. Yeah, it seems to be. Hopefully it holds up. way to send push messages first. Yeah. Normally, if I was on my my regular e-bike, I have two phone mounts, one for the GPS and one for the stream chat. But when I'm on an OV Feats here, I don't have that luxury. So I'm just going to go here, I guess. And hopefully that's the right way to go. Yeah, what you said there about turning residential roads into shared roads. I mean, that's basically what this is. There are lots of bike paths here, dedicated bike paths, but a lot of roads, like this one, are shared. It's just that there's so little car traffic because you basically, if you want to go to any other part of the town, you have to take a street out to the ring road and then drive around the ring road and get in from the other side, which means that driving is almost always longer than walking or cycling, so most people don't bother driving. That's really it. We're coming up here to a roundabout. And this is a big roundabout for cars up here. But you'll see that we don't need to cross the road at all because there are tunnels underneath. So you see here, cars go up to the roundabout and we stay down here. We go down a little bit. It is so quiet aside from the mopeds. The mopeds are the worst part of this place, I'll say, but I'll talk about that when I make the full video. But yeah, check this out. So there's the road, that's the ring road. That's the road for cars that goes around the town. And then we just cross here. Look at that. And I never need to even think about those cars above us. Just the bloody snore feats. That guy was not going 25 kilometers an hour, I can tell you that much. Oh, you know, unfortunately, this route back to the station is going to be like the least pretty route you could do in this town. I wonder if there's a nicer way to go, because I've been this way and it's nice, but it doesn't show you how nice this place can be. So maybe I'll go a little bit out of my way. I think I'm going to try going a little bit out of my way so that we can see something a little bit nicer. Yeah, let's do that. That's much nicer. Bus stop with bike parking, yeah. I mean, that's pretty common in the Netherlands, but yeah. Always, all the bus stops have bike parking. All right, so this actually is like a little office park. So that's the ring road there. This is about as busy as it gets when it comes to cars here. But then this is an office park that's like easily accessible. Well, there's residential here on the right, but up here is an office park that's easily accessible by bike. At least the mopeds will be electric and quiet in the future. True. Though I wish they would actually enforce that they're supposed to go 25 kilometers an hour. At least the snore feeds them. Yeah, blue plate ones. Because like basically everybody removes the speed limiters. It drives me nuts. But yeah, look at this. Like this is an office park. Nicest business park I've ever seen. But we're gonna get off of this because believe it or not, this is like the worst part of the entire town. So we're gonna go into the neighborhood and go through there. After watching more urbanist channels, you started to look at your own city with a different perspective. Yeah, I mean, that's what happens, right? once you get orange pilled, you can't look at things the same way ever again. But yeah, this is lovely. And we were on a street that was shared back there, but now this is a bike-only path. So you can see how like the bike paths connect between all of the parts of the neighborhoods, but you can't drive between them without going out to the ring road. Let's go this way. So I'm going out of my way a little bit just to show you what this town is like. You look at your own city in a different depressing way. Well, yeah, I mean, yes, that does happen. Not a lot I can do about that. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This town is better than, well, any town in the world, to be honest, but certainly a million times better than any town in Canada. It's not even comparable. Any suburb, I mean, come on. These are single family homes here. But they're on these like low car streets next to bike paths. Yeah, this place is ridiculous. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a suburb, so it's kind of quiet and boring. But I mean, that's what people want when they live in a suburb. But one thing I found is there's still so many people out, especially kids. Like I see so many kids cycling around here. It's ridiculous. It's just such a nice place. I think I want to go this way. I actually think the orange pill has made a lot of little progress. Yeah, I would say so. I think there's been some movement in the right direction, for sure. Online urbanism is a thing now. COVID certainly helped with that, with people seeing what their city was like when there were fewer cars and realized actually, whoa, this is way better. Yeah, again, so this is shared street, now we're on a bike path. I worked in a new development in Houten for a bit, that's cool. Yeah, no cars, no life-threatening situations for kids. Like, you're not seeing it here, but to the right there, there's another playground with a bunch of kids in there. No adults either. They just went there themselves on their bikes, you know? Husband and I were traveling here in Sweden. Oh yeah. Yeah, Sweden is getting better too, for sure. But yeah, I mean, look at this, right? There's a school and a playground. It just blows my mind. This is objectively better than any car-dependent suburb on earth. by like every metric. They've got a whole mix of housing. You still have a single family home, but they have other homes too. It's like super safe for kids. It's incredibly quiet, apart from the Snorfeetsen. But yeah, like look at this, bike path through a park. The town is built with these like linear parks all along it so that no resident is too far away from a park. these people's houses like back onto this. Well, I mean back on. A lot of people treat this as their front door, right? Yeah, freaking kid with a fishing rod going out on his own. Like, this place is like unbelievable. Where I live now, I wouldn't let my kid out in the street alone. Yeah, I know. And yet there's kids out here everywhere. Everywhere I look, there's kids. I see like tons of elderly people too on bikes. I've seen so many disabled people on motorized scooters or powered wheelchairs. Like, this place is unreal. Yeah, it's just so incredibly lovely. Like, look at this. So here we're in this park. You can see all the houses. These houses just have like a playground and a park. Like, instead of a Walmart and a Strode. Imagine that. Little bridge that goes over to that neighborhood. Like, again, if these people over here want to see someone in that part of the neighborhood, they just walk over or cycle over. But if you wanted to drive between these two places, you'd have to go out there, out to the ring road, all the way around, and then come in here, which just means that people don't drive much. Lots of people have cars here, yeah. I haven't looked up the car ownership rates recently. I do remember looking at them and they weren't like crazy low. They're low, obviously, but they're not ridiculously low. Lots of people have cars here. But even when I was riding around during the day, most people aren't using them. Like, they didn't go to work in their car. It's still sitting in their driveway. They use them for like longer trips or something. Yeah, this place does feel like a utopia. Motorways in the Netherlands are ridiculously wide. Yeah, they can be. I find they are too wide, actually. They do, the highways in this country are really fantastic. Great quality, rarely packed with traffic except in like holiday weekends and a very small amount of time in rush hour. Like, it's ridiculous. But I do think that they have too many highways in this country. I still think they encourage cars too much outside of select towns and cities. I'm actually already at the train station already. Like, that's the other thing. Like, all of these people in this like nice suburban neighborhood are really close to a train station. There's actually 2 train stations in Houten, which is kind of wild. And it's built so that the train station is in the center and then it's like a circle around it. And there are 2 circles building a figure 8 around 2 train stations because they were built at different times. Well, listen how quiet it is out here. Yeah, there's still lots of people out. That's funny. That kid wasn't stopping and his mom was like, "You moet stoppen, je hebt haaientanden." You have the shark's teeth. She was giving him a little lesson there. I mean, that's how you learn the rules of the road, right? Like, that kid couldn't have been more than like 5. And here we are at the main square and the train station. So there's a bunch of shops here. God, those Snorfietsen are so annoying though. They really ruin it. Both with how loud they are and how fast they ride. And there's a guy on just a legit motorcycle. My good God. But apart from the Snorfietsen, it's a lovely square, right? And it's like barely accessible by car. My favorite Dutch city, the ones I visit, is Nijmegen. That's funny. I know a lot of people that don't like Nijmegen. They have this big road going right through the city. Well, I'm almost at the train station though, so this stream is going to be short. I was hoping I would have time for about an hour, but I don't. The train station is right up ahead. But I mean, seriously, look at this place, right? Like, just all these people out, cycling, walking, shopping. Why is it trying to connect to a Twitch again? I told you, don't connect to Twitch. Yeah, we're back. I guess the cell service is not fantastic there. But anyway, I have to go return this bike. So I'll take you into the bike. We'll see if they have an issue with me filming in here. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But like, look at this. There's just so many bikes around. So many people, so many kids. Live streaming from bike is impressive, yeah. Well, you know, it's fun talking to American Feetser, who also live streams from bike. He was just bitching to me today about how every time he does a bike live stream, there's technical issues. Let's see if the signal holds up here. So this is the train station. And of course, like this, bike parking, and then an entrance directly to the platforms from the bike parking. Because like, everybody's gonna arrive by bike, of course. And you can see here, like here's the parking lot. It's not like cars are banned or anything. But it's tiny. Nice bike stable, yeah, exactly. And bicycle stable. Anyway, this is where I return the OV feets. You can see them all here. These are the bikes that you get with your public transit card. Just by tapping them, actually, these ones, you just tap them on the lock down here. But this, I should just be able to lock this. I'm having some technical difficulties. Okay, I don't know why that's not letting me lock it. I literally locked it a few times while I was out. There it goes. Okay, I was just clicking it wrong, I think. So that's returned. Only press it shortly, don't keep it pressed. Ah, okay, that would do it. What do your kids say when they mock your Dutch? Don't speak Dutch, your accent is horrible. That's usually it. Of course my accent is horrible. I learned as an adult. Thankfully, they have no accent at all. They sound like extra echte Amsterdammers. Let me put this away. Well, hopefully give you something to look at there while I put my mount away. You're not going to finish with a tram passing by. No trams in Houten? No. Sad. So it is clearly not the best town in the world, because the best town in the world would have trams. Checkmate, Houten. Let me adjust this now that I'm not on a bike. There. And let's go catch a train. Yeah, so I was planning on streaming longer, but I love it. Very good. I'm going to Utrecht like everyone else, I assume. Oh no, that's the wrong way. That's going to 's-Hertogenbosch. Anyway. No intercity stop here, only sprinters. That would have been the perfect ending of the stream, yeah. You can end it by watching, yeah. I don't think I can really film on the train. It's technically you're supposed to have a permit to do it. Even in the stations, actually, I think. But they do have issues with the train. So I'm probably going to have to end when I get to the train, but we can at least wait a little bit for me to get a train. But this is the one I get to Den Haag. And that one's going to 's-Hertogenbosch. And I love this. Everyone gets off the train and then goes straight down to their bikes, you know? Lots of American tourists film trains and never seem to have issues. Yeah, it's hit or miss. It depends whether you, it's really whether you get noticed by somebody that cares. I've been kicked out of train stations before, and other times not. So, you know, it's kind of just your lucky or you're not. That's really all there is to it. But yeah, look at this. I just love that it's, you know, straight connection straight down to the bike parking. Picks up their bikes. Would the cell network sustain a 4K stream? Possibly. It depends. Usually, even now, I have to keep this going, I have to be across 2 different cell networks. because there's just too many little gaps, even though the Netherlands has very good cell service. 10 minutes till my train arrives, yeah. It's actually delayed a bit. This station is so modern. Well, it would have been, I mean, this whole town is modern. It was built in the 80s. So like, everything here is new. Apart from like a very small part of the old town. Like they went from having 2,000 people living here, I believe it was, in this tiny little old town to 50,000 within a couple of decades, because it was all built new. Then you start over, lol. Yeah, the train is only 1 minute late for what it's worth. But yeah, I love how it's built just over top of the bike parking. Very cool. There is an entrance if you're not taking a bike. You can just go out that way, and then you go out to that square without the bike. But you know, most people are gonna come to and from here by bike, because why wouldn't you? Have you ever been to Amersfoort? No? That's interesting. Yeah, I was out, Starwolf, I was out shooting video. I'm making a video about Houten. I just decided to live stream my ride back to the train station. I'm going back to Amsterdam. I think another intercity is about to come flying by. The intercity trains don't stop here. So you have to take a sprinter, like the stopping train, to Utrecht. But it's only, yeah, here it comes. It's only an 8-minute train ride to Utrecht Centraal, the busiest in the Netherlands. Like, this place is really well connected. There you go. You should move to Houten, right? It is quiet and boring, and I don't like quiet and boring places. I'm a city person. So as nice as it is, it's not for me. But, again, as I said earlier, it is objectively better than any car to anywhere. And it's laughable that places aren't designed like this, considering this place was the 80s. American feeds are A. The stream looks great and stable. Thank the streaming gods. Oh my good God, you would not believe what I had to go through to get this stream working. I even had to call my son and had him like go to the computer and kick OBS. Does this train go directly to Amsterdam Zuid? No, it goes to Utrecht Centraal. But Utrecht Centraal is the busiest train station in the Netherlands. And you can get trains from there to everywhere, even Germany and all sorts of places. You know, not sure this counts as low density development. You know, the funny thing is though, like there are single family homes here too. It's like a mix of both, but of course it's not low density. It's just not wasted space. That's more than anything, right? Sublime Transit, thank you. I'm glad I could awaken your inner transit advocate. Anywhere except France, Belgium. And even then you could get a train to somewhere else. So the thing is, like, this town is 8 minutes train ride to the busiest train station in the Netherlands that takes you all over the place. It's really well connected. You should visit Kulenburg train station for a desolate 80s vibe. Well, it's just what I want. 2 stops south. Yeah, it's 2 stops south. So here is the other one in Houten. which is really funny because it's like designed like a medieval castle, but like made in the year 2000. It's very funny. I'll show it in my video. According to the NS website, the staff, and that's the only rule. That is not the only rule. I can tell you that there are filming, and there's a process you can go through to get permission to film. But it's very old school. Like it's set up like a news program. Like you give it, you know, which times you're filming and which staff will be there and what the program is and all this stuff. It doesn't. There's no sort of. All the transit agencies have this issue. They're all set up for like, yeah, if you want permission to film with professional gear, then you need to, you know, schedule it as if it's a news program or something, or a documentary, but there's no sort of allowance for just, I'm going to film while I'm on the train because I'm doing it for social media. Based on a Roman castle, not medieval. Oh, fair enough. What brings you to Houten today for a video? What I do find though is that I don't get in trouble for filming if I'm just doing it with my phone. With a GoPro, it's a little bit different when it's live streaming because then people can't really object if they're seen in it. But if I film with my proper mirrorless camera, then I almost always get someone objecting. I guess that's too professional looking. You have to be professional to a level, but not too professional. I got scolded for a lady working the gates at Utrecht station for filming. Yeah, for sure. And as I said, I've been kicked out of train stations in the Netherlands and in other countries too for filming. Actually, just double check here that I'm still, yeah, I'm only on one modem. That's why we're struggling. My tethering stopped there. The stream should be better now, although I'll be ending as soon as the train comes. Do you have to blur faces when filming in public? Only if somebody is the rules are complicated. It's only if somebody is the subject of it and they have not given permission, but just the street, no. Hello from Taiwan, nice. Ofe is so dur. It's a no. Public filming in the whole EU. Yeah, but like you can film in public in the EU. You just can't make somebody the subject of the film without their permission. So, you know, I'm filming, there's these people on the platform. You can't really tell who they are. You can't see their faces very well. They are not the subject, so that is perfectly fine. But if I were to stand and interview one of them. All right, but that's it. I'm gonna have to go. This is my train. Thank you for coming to the stream. A little shorter than I wanted it to be, and that train is a little shorter than I wanted it to be too. Now I have to run a bit. But thanks for coming out.